Welcome to Dr. Mary Travel Best's Solo Travel Guide, an episode for women like you who need a little extra support traveling the world, one woman at a time. This episode is sponsored by Sun Marketing, Advertising, and Media. I'm Dr. Travel Best, and I've been traveling solo or independently since 1972, and soon to release a second guidebook on the steps to solo travel. Please share this podcast with your friends, your parents, your loved ones, and future travelers, and help them make their trips the very best, like Travel Best. In this episode, the FAQ is, I'm recently single and I want to travel more. How can I get the group rate even when I travel solo? Today's destination is the Redwoods of California. Today's mistake, I forgot utensils on a picnic. And the travel advice, confirm your flight at least a day in advance. So the FAQ is, I'm recently single and I want to travel more. How can I get the group rate even when I travel solo? One way to qualify for the group rate is to offer to share a room. If you are on a tour, you may be asked to pay a single supplement. There are some tours which don't have this fee, but you will need to shop around. Tell us about your tour experiences and how you got the best value for your solo or independent trip. And now today's destination, the Redwoods of California. I love the beauty of a redwood forest. As is mentioned in the Woody Guthrie song, This Land is Your Land. He sings, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land is made for you and me. This could be a Dr. Travel Best step 2 or 3 travel destination, depending on your degree of adventure. I have traveled often to Crescent City in Northern California, along the coast, and the Redwood Forest National Park, which is very close by. If you love redwoods, this is the place for you. Be careful if you have a low clearance vehicle or an RV that may be too big for some of the roads and parking. The Redwoods of California are near the coast, as opposed to the sequoias, which are at alpine elevation and more inland. The redwoods are the tallest trees in the world. Coast redwoods live 500 to 700 years, and some have been documented to live 2,000 years. The wood from these trees was a godsend for new home construction, decks, and other building materials. After World War II, there were a lot of redwoods cut down in California. The thirst for fog and proximity to water sources could make survival of these redwoods difficult, as climate change is going on now. What happens is warm air pulls moisture from the leaves, and the trees close their pores so they can maintain their water supply. And when they do that, it prevents carbon dioxide and photosynthesis. Show notes has lots of information on this. If you want to visit the Redwood Forest, you can go to Redwood National and State Parks. And there are no timed entries, so come anytime, but have a plan. Come to the visitor center first. Get off Highway 101 and explore the redwood forests. All trails are the best trails, so you have to think beyond Fern Canyon and Tall Trees Grove. Parking can be tricky for some RVs, so learn about traffic delays, and your GPS will likely be wrong, so be prepared for that. The show notes will also give you some of the best hiking in the California redwoods. Know what footwear you need and get a visitor guide before you go. Nearby, you'll also find Jedediah Smith Redwoods State Park, Del Norte Coast Redwoods State Park, and Prairie Creek Redwoods State Park. And now for today's lesson learned. I forgot utensils on a picnic. How could I forget utensils when I went on a picnic? Well, I did. And my picnic was a salad. So what did I do? I improvised, and so did my guest. I used a stick to spear the lettuce, and it was kind of fun to eat it that way, as well as using my fingers. I did wash my hands in advance, so don't do what I did. Don't forget the fork if you want to eat a salad. Now for today's travel advice, confirm your flight at least a day in advance. If you confirm your flight, you will have more confidence in your trip. Find out where your flight is using the latest tools, including a website called Flight Aware. I want to bring meaning to your travel today, so send me a travel tip. You can send it to my website, my Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, blog, Pinterest, wherever. Maybe you'll see your tips in Dr. Travel Best's Steps to Solo Travel, highlighting the 5 steps you need to know.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.